Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today another easy DIY. Today we're going to make hexagonal pot from wooden chopsticks, which is the black one. I'm referring to the black one here. You'll need some chopsticks, of course. One-time use chopsticks is actually really not go green and not really healthy for you. Which is why, even though I already asked them not to send chopsticks to my place, they sometimes still put it because they didn't read the note. Therefore, you can use it for such decoration for your better house and better living. You can start by marking it at the desired centimeters, but make sure that it is even, okay? Dividing the chopsticks by 3 is perfect for me. If it's 2, it's a bit too long, and if it's 3, you have one piece which is longer than the other 2. And you can use that other piece to create the top. I'll show you what I meant later, but then again, after you mark it correctly and make sure you did mark it correctly, you can start putting a cutter on it and make some hole before eventually cutting it all to pieces. Reconfirm that it is at the same height so you won't have troubles later when you stick them all up together. And then we'll start from the very first bottom layer. So you'll have to form it into a hexagon, which is a shape with 6 sharp edges, and then stick it with a glue. Then you shall do the same thing to all the other 5 edges. Please note that glues are not magical thing that once you glue it all, it will directly stick. So you should be careful even after you glued it. It takes much time for the glue to actually stick it all up together. Just one tip, don't touch it again for some time after gluing it. Then we're going to move to the second layer. And then repeat. You're going to form a hexagon and glue everything all over again. But then again, if you're not Indonesian, then you wouldn't know that this glue is actually all-purpose glue. It is not a special glue for woods, which is why we would need the help of a tape. You can tape the edges to make it stronger, because once it breaks, it will be hard to fix. That is why it is better safe than sorry. Then you can also tape the sides, which is not the edges. Why? Notice that I'm using this special tape and not the plastic transparent tape because it will be easier for us to color it later and to make the texture similar. Okay, so not only the edges will have that texture, but all the other sides will have that texture as well. So now we have 2 layers, the big one and the small one. You will need help from some things. In this case, I'm using the tape and the remote control just to let it stay parallel. And of course, we're doing this to make it easier for us to stick the chopsticks, because you cannot make them stand all time without touching it later so it wouldn't fall. And another note is, because the tape is kind of paper-ish texture, it is easier for the chopstick to stick on a paper texture-ish rather than another chopstick. As you can see, one of them fell and you need to fix it time to time because it is not an easy thing without professional stuffs. Maybe there is a hanger or something which is used by professionals, but I'm using a tape and a remote control here. Hello. Last but not least, you can spray it with paint or just paint it manually like you usually paint, with the brush and all. In this case, I'm painting it black because it is elegant and it looks beautiful. Don't forget that if you spray the paint will go anywhere but the chopsticks. So you have to put something below it. In this case, I'm using a used cardboard box. Ta-da! It's finally done. You can use it pretty much for everything, like lamps, pots, and such. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video, whatever I make.